Hey guys, today I thought I'd make a video on should Milsurps be sporterized. Um, there's different opinions out there about this. Everybody's got their opinion, and some of y'all might not agree with mine that I'm going to say in this video, but I mean, that's okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Um, but to me, as a collector, I would consider myself also known as a purist. There's a purist, and then there's basically like a modder, somebody who's okay with modifying or altering or changing, rifles from being original condition to whatever suits their needs for shooting targets or hunting or whatever. But like I said, everybody's got their likes and dislikes, and like I said, me as a collector, sporterizing a rifle is something I would never do. Like I said, that's just my opinion. I can't stand going to a gun show or a gun store or even seeing pictures on the internet of Milsurps that have been, cut all up, the stock and the barrel cut and everything. That's not me. I'm against that, because to me, it ruins the collector's value. But now, there's those people who say, well, they made 30-something million Mosin Nagants or 20 million in fields or whatever, which, I mean, they did make a lot of them, but a lot of that stuff's getting somewhat more difficult to find, at least for a decent price and stuff. And I mean, it's just something I personally would never do. I would never sporterize a rifle. But as far as altering a rifle, I would say if somebody wanted to take the original stock off and maybe put on a synthetic stock, just for a different look or feel, then I'm okay with that. But it's just when a barrel gets cut and the stock gets butchered. That's something that, we, us collectors call it basically a Bubba rifle. Bubba got a hold of the rifle and changed it or whatever. And I know, some guys, they like to put fancy scopes and stuff on these Milsurps, which, like I said, I mean, basically, it's your money, you know what I mean? If that's what you want to do, then, I mean, you can do whatever you want to with your money, and I know not everybody's a collector, like I am. But like I say, everybody's got their own opinion about that type of thing. But like I said, if you basically there's some people who restore rifles and they basically they'll take a sporterized rifle and they'll try to go out find an original stock and putting it back in original configuration, which that's really cool when guys do that. I've never done that. Don't know if I ever would. But it's a good thing. Trying to bring the back to original form again, but a lot of times that can be expensive when you do that, but I don't know. That's like I said, there's basically the purists and the modders, the collectors, and the guys that just want them to just to have and just to shoot because they're cool and everything. But like I said, I'm not gonna make this a real long, drawn out video. But I just thought I'd make it, I mean, I'd love to hear from you guys. I mean, are y'all okay with, sporterizing a rifle? And really, I'm talking about, like I said, cutting the barrel, cutting the stock, changing the triggers, adding a random scope on there. I mean, I'd love to get kind of a discussion, basically, just to get some feedback from you guys on how you feel about this. But, I mean, that's, like I said, that's just something I frown on myself. But even though they made millions of these rifles, they did. But basically, I feel like when you cut the stock, you cut the barrel, you alter it, you've basically taken away the historical value. And you've also basically taken away any, I guess, the cool factor, the been there, done that look. And to me, that's the same. That also goes with, refinishing rifles. Now, I say that lightly because, I mean, I'm okay with some, refinishing stuff, if you take a rusty piece of crap and you work on it and get it into a nice functioning, really close to an original example, then that's cool. But, some people just, just carve things in the stock, and I'm just like, man, it just looks so bad a lot of times. Now, there are a lot of times I see some really neat things that have been done, but a lot of stuff I see, from stuff done to the stock or the barrel or added or taken away, I just cringe on because it just looks horrible. It looks like crap, and I'm just like, why would you do that to an historical rifle, even if it's not really that valuable? It just, man, I just honestly, I think back to the soldiers who carried those. You know, they had. I mean, I wonder how they would feel. Man, the rifle I carried during World War II. It basically saved my life. I slept with the thing. I had it with me at all times. You know, I loved the thing. You know, almost like it's a person. You know, in a way. And then somebody, 70 years later, cut it all up and butchered it, and I was like, man. Now I am gonna say, back in the day. Rifles were everywhere and they were cheap. And a lot of the guys, they weren't expecting these Milsurps to be valuable and collectible like they are nowadays. They didn't know that. They're just like, okay, it's just a rifle that was used in a war. And so a lot of the guys back in, the 50s, 60s, 70s, they would sporterize them. They would cut the stock and change them for hunting purposes usually. But it's not like they were doing it because, like I said, I really don't believe the majority of those guys knew there would be collectors and value like there is nowadays, I gotta believe if they would have known that, maybe so many rifles would not have been sporterized back in the day. But we can't do nothing about those. But unless there's the guys I mentioned that do go about finding original stocks and try to get them back in original configuration, which you guys. Have my approval for sure on that. That's awesome to do that, but it can be expensive, and a lot of times it can be, once you're done with all that, getting it back in original configuration, you've basically got more money in it than the current value of the thing. But if that's what you want to do, I salute you. That's cool. But anyways, like I said, I'm gonna wrap this up. Let me know what you think on this, I made a video, it's been about a week and a half ago, on basically the rising price of Milsurps. I was thinking about, from time to time on my channel, instead of me showing my newest editions or always having something here, maybe just do a video like this one and the previous one, or I'm just talking, letting you know where I stand on things. And I'd love to hear from y'all in the feedback comments section, how y'all, what's your opinion on, whatever the particular title or theme of the video is. I think it'd be really cool to get some discussion going here. But anyways, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. There's a military show this Saturday not far from me. I've been looking forward to it for a year. They have it every March. This will be my 3rd year that I actually knew about it. I would have been going before then, but I usually get some good stuff. I'm hoping to get a new rifle or something, or maybe a car full of just stuff. I don't know, but I got some money burning a hole in my pocket. I'm real eager to see what I'll come home with on Saturday. So fingers crossed it'll be some good stuff and I can share it with you in the next few days. But anyways, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.